Okay, so just really quick. So tomorrow is my surgery. I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm not nervous. I just want to kind of get it over with, get the pain over with. You know what I mean? They called me today. The nurse spoke with me. Um, so I can't go in tomorrow my surgery. I can't have any makeup, any body jewelry. I took a shower right now just because, you know, I needed to take a shower. But, oh God, there's all these bugs in my garage. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, so I can't eat anything or drink anything past midnight. Ugh. See that? And then I'm supposed to be at the hospital at 7. So we'll see. So I'm at my mom's right now. The surgery was like 3 hours. I didn't stay the night or anything like that. It's not needed. I can't breathe through my nose as of yet, so I'm just breathing through my mouth. It's really annoying. Um, as far as pain, I haven't taken anything orally yet. Um, I just feel real congested, and it feels like, I guess, like I got punched in the nose, is the best I could describe it. And I have to sit upright. I can't um, pick up heavy things or bend over because I can't have pressure on my nose. But well, this is how I'm gonna be for a couple days, I guess. Oh God, I moved my nose. Damn it. That hurt. Okay. Well, I guess this is a good time as a blog as any. I look so messed up. I think I've watched quite a few rhinoplasty, septoplasty videos just to kind of prepare myself on what to expect. And I have not seen one person look as swollen as I'm looking. So for the record, just to go over this, because I'm bored, like, I'm on, I guess, you count the day that you got operated on, but I got operated on Wednesday. It's now Friday, so I'm 3 days post-op. Um, I have the nurse showed my husband how to make like a little ice pack out of rubber gloves because I'm not supposed to put any weight on my nose, like the bridge of my nose whatsoever. So I can't really put like a huge ice pack on my face. So I have to kind of like alternate the ice pack on my eyes. And you know what, the first day, I didn't have that much swelling like this. And I thought I would be fine for the most part. But, the second day, like, it just started swelling on my eyelids. Today's even worse. Like, I could barely open them. Like, I have to kind of spread them with my fingers in order for me to see. And it really sucks. But, I mean, I did it, whatever. So, I mean, I have my cast taken off on Wednesday. I was supposed to go to work and do some stuff on Thursday, but just looking at the way that I'm swelling, like, I don't even, like, oh my God, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do half the crap I told my boss I could do by next week. Like, it's, man, like, my swelling is just so bad. But anyways, I had my turbinates reduced. I had a deviated septum fixed because I could, as I stated in my update video like a week or two ago, I can only breathe out of one nostril. And it's funny because on different days, sometimes the bad nostril will flip. So it's either or always. I can only breathe out of one nostril, which is I think weird. Um, I don't remember ever breaking my nose. My brother has the exact same thing, so I really don't know if it's hereditary, but I know he's been in some fights himself, so I don't know. It could just be coincidence. So I guess that's why it makes sense why I'm just so incredibly swollen. And I'm sorry if this is like too much information, but I mean, I just want to let everyone know like how I'm feeling, which is pretty shitty. I mean, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. I can barely open my eyes. I have like one good eye that I like open so that way I can like check my Facebook and text people. And my boss is trying to get me to do these things today and I'm kind of like email and call and go pick up stuff and I'm like, dude, like I really cannot go anywhere. Emailing, texting, yes, I can do that from this chair, but like getting up to go somewhere, like I can't get dressed, I can't take clothes off. I'm afraid I'm gonna hit my nose. It's like I can't do anything. So it kind of sucks the balls here, but mouth breathing sucks. They gave me antibiotics to take 3 times a day for 10 days, I guess, so that way I don't get an infection while I'm healing. They also gave me some Tylenol, was it 3 or whatever, Tylenol with codeine. But honestly, it's not that I'm in pain. I'm not like as I knew I would because I have a high pain tolerance. I'm not in pain whatsoever. I'm just really swollen and it's just really annoying. But I took that Tylenol with codeine the first night I got home to go to bed and I did not like the way that like I don't know how people could get addicted to prescription drugs. I did not like the way that made me feel. Like it made me feel like my chest caved in and like my breathing became really shallow, which was already scary enough because I could only breathe through my mouth. So that was horrible, but I mean, but my surgery went fine. I had a really sweet anesthesiologist. I mean, like, the nurses at that surgery center were like the bomb. Like, they were just the sweetest ladies. Like, I just went in my surgery. I was really excited, and I lay down, and they gave me oxygen to breathe, and then they put me to sleep. And then they woke me up, and they were, I mean, like, just super sweet. So, like, my surgery experience coming out of the hospital was, like, really good because the staff was excellent. Um, so so yeah, pretty much this is day 3 of my surgery. Still look like crap. Uh, well, we'll see how long it takes for the swelling to go down because this is the worst I've seen on YouTube. By far, by far. But okay, so now we are 4 days post-op. Saturday, I had my surgery on Wednesday. Like the freaking swelling went down so much today because it was like, as you saw in the other video, like second, third day, awful. Like I just glued the freaking ice pack to my face practically the whole day yesterday and for most of the part today, and it actually really helps. So please don't be a bonehead like me and not do ice packs or let someone let you forget because yeah, like you saw how swollen I was. I mean, I'm still swollen obviously for my cheeks and like up here and like I mean, yeah, my eyes, like, but they're not swollen shut like they were the other day. Like, oh my God. I'm not in any pain. Like honestly, I've only taken that one, and again, I don't know, I have a high pain tolerance. I've only taken that one pain pill that first night just to go to sleep, but it's just too strong for me. But other than that, sleep wise, sleep could be better. I pick up most of my rest of my sleep hours during the day just because I'll wake up in the middle of the night because my mouth has dried out like so bad, so I have to like wet it and then kind of get it moist again and then go back to sleep. But then like at some point in the afternoon, like I crash out for a few hours. So that's just the sucky thing. Other thing is that I guess I wasn't as prepared as I should have, or even my husband, I don't even think we knew how, I guess, debilitating it is the first week. Like I said, I watched lots of videos on this, but I did not think of these things. And it's partly my fault because it looks like these videos that I watch of these chicks getting nose jobs don't have kids or families. So I would think the recovery time is a little bit easier for them. Sorry not to sound like a bitch, but let's just be honest here. The logistics of trying to have relatives watch my children, especially my toddler, because he is just a danger around my face right now. Like, that kid is just like the Energizer Bunny, and it's dangerous to have him around because he almost hits my face like every time I see him, and obviously I can't have that happen. So he's just been spending the night with my mother-in-law and my mom, and my husband's been taking some days off work. So that's like really one of the other things about it is just like you really have to have, like, you and your spouse and your family really have to come together and figure out, if you have children, younger children that is. My 10-year-old, he's fine, whatever. But I mean, everyone has to really pull together and figure out how they're going to take care of everyone while they're taking care of you. And again, that's just one of the things that I didn't realize, like an idiot. And I feel so bad now, like everyone has to take care of my toddler and my husband has to go back to work tomorrow. So it's just kind of a nightmare. So now I'm asking like my friends if they can help me out on Monday because I can't drive yet until I get my splint off, which is Wednesday. So pain in the ass, but yeah, this is how I am. So yeah, I'll see you guys some other time. Okay, so I am on, this is, whoops, sorry. So it's Sunday. I had my surgery Wednesday, so it's been what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's been 5 days, including my surgery day of my nose job. I know I've been kind of vlogging it, and I'll kind of do this in a two-part series just because I just think I vlogged so much in between these past 5 days. The video will just be too long. But anyways, just some things now that the swelling in my eyes has gone down tremendously, because if you saw on that third day, dude, like damn, like for reals. For reals. But the funny thing is, I was never in pain. And if you've been kind of vlog shopping a lot, if you're getting this procedure done pretty soon, the majority of everybody says that no, it's not pain, it's discomfort. And for me, that's like 100% true. Like I said, I only took one painkiller the first night, just in case, just to make sure I had a good night's rest, which I didn't anyways. When you have the surgery, screw trying to have any kind of good sleep for like the first 3-4 days, because it's not happening. But yeah, so I didn't like the way that made me feel. It was just, it was just an ugly feeling. So the next day, I think I just took a regular Tylenol. I don't know why I took it, but I took it. I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. So I took one, but that's been to the end. And then I, of course, have to take an antibiotic 3 times a day. Of course, it's to avoid any infection while I'm healing. So Wednesday, I get my cast and my splints out. My cast and my splint out. I just wanted to be like super real, like in real time with me healing. I was very fortunate. Besides the massive swelling, I look like I got hit by a freaking bus. But I really didn't bruise at all. Maybe very lightly under my eyes, like it's yellow now. But I mean, it never really turned purple or anything. So I'm told it's because I have like high iron in my blood. I don't know. I'm just not the type of person that bruises easily at all. Um, Other things that I didn't, and I explained this in other parts of the video, that I really didn't, I guess, think this through. And I'm an airhead. Like, I'll own up to it. Just like the whole situation with childcare and my children. I do have one school age child and I have one that's not school age yet. So just the logistics of trying to figure out where my kids are going to go this day and that day. I can't really have my toddler near me because I'm just so afraid he's going to like hit me in the nose. Um, so that's, so if you're a parent, like seriously consider that. If I could have rethought this, what's done is done now, but if I could go back and listen to myself now, maybe I would have waited a few more years until my little one was in school too. That would have just made this so much easier. But, luckily I do have a really good support system, and my husband's been wonderful. My in-laws have been really wonderful, and my mother and my stepdad. So, you know, it is what it is. As far as what I got done, I'll say in this video, I had, I guess, quite a lot of work done. I don't know if what I'm about to describe would be considered a lot of work, but basically why I started this process was because, I wanted to try and get in the Border Patrol. It didn't happen, so it was just kind of a gamble that I needed to at least be breathing excellent in case I went to boot camp. But I had other little annoyances too with my health. Like sometimes I'll get really tired, or I'm out of breath, like for no freaking reason. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Or sometimes I also deal with vertigo. It used to be pretty bad. I'd say 3-4 years back, I would have dizzy spells pretty often, and then it kind of subsided, and then I started having them again recently. Of course, nowhere near the frequency that I had them, that time back. But I started having them once in a while. So I was like, oh hell no, like, and I had vertigo once while I was driving on like the highway, and that was the scariest thing that I probably ever have had to happen to me. Like, try going down the freeway 70 miles an hour with semis and cars all around you, and you're trying to get to the shoulder, but the world is spinning. Like, oh my God, dude, like, no. So I figured, maybe this nose job would help with that, because of course I'm able to oxygenate my brain a lot better if I'm breathing through both nostrils simultaneously. So, I went for it. I was like, screw it. My friend had his done. Um, and in case you're curious about the cost, I really don't know, because my surgery was 100% covered by my insurance. I did not see a plastic surgeon for my operation. I saw an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And once it was confirmed that I did have a deviated septum and that I was not breathing properly through both of my airways, he said, well, we'll fix that. And then also when I had went to the ENT, it was very strange, because all my life, this side of my nose was not symmetrical to this side of my nose. Like, this side of my nose was like the cute nose, and this was like the ugly puffy nose. And I always had a small bump, that made it not symmetrical on this side in between like my nose and like the little nostril fold or whatever. So, that also made my nose look crooked in essence. But then back in June, the end of June, when I started this whole process, I noticed rapidly, like in a month, I started getting a much bigger ball on that side of my nose, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like it was so noticeable. Like, I mean, you know your face, right? I mean, you look at it every single day, and I was like, why do I have this ball there? And it was not the same ball that had always been there my entire life. Like, literally, I could see like some spherical thing growing where that bump was. So I was like, okay, I hope it's not like a cyst or anything, because I've had a cyst in my wrist removed when I was a teenager. So I went, and he's like, well, I'm not quite sure what it is yet. Perhaps the deviated septum is pulling your ligaments in your nose and it's making it pop out more now. He's like, I won't know for sure until I go in there. Which I'm going to ask him on Wednesday because I need answers, damn it. But anyways, so it was that. And then, while I was in the office, he was like, well, hey, since you're getting your nose straightened out, do you want me to file down this bump? And I was like, oh shit, for reals, doctor? He's like, yeah. And I was like, is the insurance gonna cover that? He's like, I'll take care of it. And I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like, for reals, I've hated my nose since I was about 11 or 12 years old. Like, I have not ever liked my nose. Recently, you get to your 30s and you become more comfortable with yourself. And I had, accepted it or whatever. Like, I felt fine. But then when that ball started growing, like, it started pulling my nose more. And so the doctor's like, okay, well, what we can do is we'll trim the turbinates inside. We'll shave down, because I had a bump on my profile. We'll shave down the bump. We'll give you a straight nose, and we'll get rid of that ball, so that way your nose is symmetrical on both sides. And he's like, and then when I fix your deviated septum, when I straighten it out, now your nose will be as long as it should have always been, which is like pretty long. Like, I already had a big nose, but I could see where he was coming from. Like, within the past week before my surgery, like, my nose was so twisted, if I try to straighten it out, like, yeah, it got longer because that's the way it was. So I had like a really, really big nose. So with this surgery, he also trimmed the tip. So I could already tell with that, and my husband even said it. He had said it too. He's like, yeah, I could tell that your nose is shorter because he trimmed the tip. So on this side of my face, I have more swelling, mainly, which I'm sure this makes sense, because he fixed that bump that was here to make it symmetrical with this side. But I'm still real swollen, especially right here. I'm super swollen. My cheeks and my jaws, obviously. My eyes, though, my God, they're like 75% better. Oh my goodness. So right now I'm just alone here at my house. The kids are with the grandparents. And my husband's at work. So I'm just going to continue to just kind of rest up and take it easy. I have to go to work this Thursday for a couple hours, which at first I didn't think I was going to be able to do last Friday. I was like, oh my God, I'm so swollen. Like, I can't do this. But, seeing today, I think Thursday I'll be just fine. Just some other things that I didn't even realize that a lot of vlogs they don't tell you is that, like, you're going to be cooped up for a week, like, for sure. Like, you can't go out. And, what is it? Like, the cabin fever is awful. It is so horrible. Like, I have been going crazy in my mother's house this whole time. And then, of course, I'm just, like, lying down. I'm starting to get, like, not open sores, but I'm getting sore, like, on my back and, like, my lower torso and, like, my butt. Like, it hurts to lay down. And it's just, oh, those are the things nobody tells you about. Like, damn. And like, you can't go outside, because I was looking at some other videos, like, if you go out in the sunlight while you're still healing, you could get discoloration in your skin. So I was like, well, fuck. And then I don't even remember, like, half the crap that my doctor told me or gave my husband, like, orders after I got out. And I experienced this as well, which they do tell you, like, with my hysterectomy. Like, I do experience some amnesia coming out of surgery, because I don't remember my doctor telling my husband and me how to clean and take care of my nose. I don't remember him telling me anything as far as what to expect post-op. Like, those times are, like, just, like, wiped from my memory. Like, I do not remember these things. So that's about it. Just wanted to be real. I'm doing this real time. I'll have another update. Hopefully my doctor won't be, like, all weirded out that I want to record myself having the splints taken out. I hope he's cool about that, because he seemed like this really reserved gentleman. Like, don't bring that shit in here. You know what I mean? Um, but hopefully everything's healing well. I would hate to go for a revision. Like, I hope my nose isn't fucked up like that. I started watching some nose job videos and I came across one nightmare story. So now I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have scar tissue. My nose is gonna be all fucked up. But hopefully I've been doing everything right and I'll be just fine and my nose will be better than it was before. Uh, Hopefully he didn't give me a Michael Jackson nose because I kind of just let the dude do whatever. You know, and that kind of goes to say how much I really care about my appearance. Like, I really don't like my nose to the fact where I'm like, hey, doc, go to town on my nose. I'll give a fuck. You know what I mean? But, all right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Excuse this face, but you know why. All right. Have a good night. Bye.